What's going on YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be installing a BMS Air Intake in my BMW 435. This is with the N55, so stay tuned guys. Alright, so if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. I make videos about the 435 and pretty much anything else car related guys, so hit the button. Alright guys, so let's get into it. So like I was saying, I'm going to be installing the BMS, so that's Burger Motorsports Air Intake. So they have two air intakes that you guys can get. You have the basic one, which is pretty much plastic, and then you have the quote unquote elite one, which is the one I got. It's about like 40 bucks more guys. The basic one is like $230. This one's like maybe $270 or so. If you guys want either one, I will leave links down in the description below. Definitely check them out guys. But yeah, so I'll be installing the elite one. So the difference is it's pretty much aluminum. I think that's the only real difference. I don't know if it really makes much of a difference in the sound guys. So this is a BMW 435. It has the N55, so you guys can see the air intake over here. So overall guys, it is pretty easy to install. We're going to be basically removing the old air intake over here. This is the air box over here, and it's pretty easy to remove guys. So this is probably one of like the better engine mods you can do if you're kind of new to this type of stuff. But pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to take a flathead and you're going to loosen up that clamp right over there, so it disconnects over here, and then you're going to lift off over here. I'll show you guys once I actually get into installing it. And then over here, this is the mass airflow sensor. So we're going to basically not unclip it, but actually remove the entire sensor. So to remove this guys, if you can see back here, it's two T20 bits over here, so one over there and then one over there, if you guys can see those. Again, we're not going to be just unclipping it, we're going to be removing the entire thing. And then over here guys, we're literally just going to lift this off. So this is basically just like kind of clips in. Again, I'll show you exactly when we get into actually installing it. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of removing the old air intake. So it is pretty easy guys. I'll show you the new one right now. All right guys, so here's the new air intake. So this is of course is the piping. It's pretty small. Again, you know, there's not really much to it. And then over here is the actual filter head. We're going to connect this to the head over here, like right over here, and then this is going to connect downwards. So if I can actually show you guys, so it's going to connect something like this. So that's going to connect over there to that clamp, and then the actual filter will be right over there guys. You guys can see over here it says Burger Motorsports. Again, definitely check them out guys. They make not just air intakes, a whole bunch of stuff. So I actually have one of their tunes on my car as well. But yeah, they make a whole bunch of cool stuff. Again, I'll leave a link down to their site. Definitely check them out guys. But yeah, so like I was saying, this side over here is going to connect to the old clamp, so that should be pretty easy. Over here, this is, I think I forgot to mention, so this is a vacuum hose, which we can actually remove this old plastic piece over here. So that's basically going to go right over here guys. It should just be a matter of pulling it out. So I think you just squeeze these over here and just pull it out. But you know, I'll show you exactly when I actually get into it. So if you guys remember when I was saying before, we have to remove the mass airflow sensor. We're basically going to reconnect it to the new air intake. And something to note guys, so the old one has the T20s. These ones just have Phillips heads. So when you remove the old air intake, just save the screws, but you're not going to be reusing the screws on the mass airflow sensor on the old air intake. You're going to be using these ones over here, but just something to know guys. And then yeah, we're going to connect the filter to the air intake piping over here. I believe it's just a clamp. I believe it's also just a flathead. If I can see through the, yep, it's a flathead. But yeah guys, we're gonna connect that before we actually install it on the car. And then one last thing, so this is something different than besides the screws over here, this is something else that's different about this air intake versus the old one. It's this connection over here. So if you guys notice, the old one connects over here and then it connects to the car over here. So that's what's basically connecting it to the car itself. This air intake, once we connect it guys, you're gonna notice that once you lay it flat, it's actually gonna connect to this bolt over here. So this is a T40 I believe. So when we're installing this to actually mount it to the car, we're basically gonna remove that bolt, put this on, and then reattach the bolt with the air intake on it, kind of like mounting it to the car there. So a couple differences guys, but it's still super easy to put on, probably just as easy to take off the old one. But yeah guys, so that kind of explains what tools you need. But again, what you basically need is a Phillips head and a flathead. I also have a flathead in here somewhere, and then a whole bunch of Torx. So I believe again it's the T20 and the T40 to install the new one. I have a whole set over here. If you guys want this one, I got it off Amazon. It was pretty cheap. They are magnetic, which is nice. But yeah, if you guys want these Torx over here, I'll definitely leave a link. All right guys, so with all that said, we went through the tools, we went through the new air intake, and we went through how to remove the old one. Let's actually start removing the old one. Again, it should be pretty easy. I'll keep you guys posted on everything. The only one that I'm actually a little worried about is this this vacuum hose right over here, I tried removing it just to play around with it before, and it seemed a little tight, so I'll try to do it, guys, and I'll keep you all posted. All right, guys, so with all that said, I'm gonna take some shots of some before and after. So I'll rev the car maybe outside with the hood open so you guys can hear it, and then I'll also do another one inside the car. So I'll do that for the befores, and then I'll also do it after. So if you guys want to see that, definitely stick around till the end. So let me show you guys what I did so far. So basically, I loosened up this clamp over here. I think I loosened up enough. If I need to loosen up more, I will. I also removed the vacuum line over here. So I was right, this thing was kind of tough to get it out. So what you guys basically need to do is, if you guys see these little grooves over here, you guys need to squeeze. There's one on this side and one on the very opposite side. So you guys basically need to squeeze those and pull it out. It is tough. You do need a little bit of force, but just careful, guys. Make sure you don't break it, because obviously this is really important. Also, guys, you can see I removed the mass airflow sensor. I put it over there because I didn't want to leave it hanging in there. I don't know if, like the engine is hot from me revving it, so I didn't want to mess with that. So basically, guys, to remove it now, what I basically need to do, if I did everything right, is remove this over here, like that, and then this over here, like that. So with that, guys, just need to remove it from the clamp. I might need 2 hands for this, so I'll just do that really quickly and I'll show you guys. Okay, guys, so I was able to take it out. I did have to loosen this some more, so when you guys are loosening it, just make sure you're really loosening it. I was just paranoid, guys. I didn't want the clamp to fall off, but honestly, I don't think it will. It's kind of in there, so just loosen it as much as you need to. So you guys can see, I did take out the air box, so here it is over here. So yeah, let's start putting the new one together, and then we can install it. Before I do that, guys, I just want to say something really quickly. So these Torx screwdrivers over here, they're actually really good. So if you can see, here's the old screws. They are magnetic, which is nice, because when you're unscrewing it, it's kind of tough to get into, so you want to make sure you're not dropping the screws in the engine bay, because although you won't use these screws for the new one, you never know if you want to go back to stock or if you're going to sell the car or whatever it is. So yeah, it is nice that it's magnetic, but because these things are so long, it was a little tough to get the screwdriver in there. So when I was trying to take out the mass airflow sensor, I was kind of hitting the engine cover a little bit. You probably can take it off to give you a little more room. Ultimately, I was able to do it with the engine cover there, so I think you'll be fine. But yeah, just something to note, guys, because these screwdrivers are pretty long, so it is kind of tough to get into tight spaces, but just keep that in mind if you guys do want to get these same ones. All right, guys, so let's put this air intake together. So that basically means that I'm going to unwrap this from the plastic right over here, and then I'm going to connect it to the piping over here, guys. So again, it should just be a simple clamp. You guys can see there's a flathead, so that should be easy. But yeah, let me just do that real quick, guys, and then I'll show you. Alright, guys, so as you can see, I got it on. Again, it's just a simple clamp. This is like a rubber piece over here that's on the air intake head. It slides onto the air intake piping over here, and then yeah, you just tighten it over here with the flathead, like I said before. Just make sure it's really tight, guys. I checked mine. It doesn't look like it's gonna go anywhere, but yeah, just make sure that's on tight. One last thing before I install on the car, I'm just gonna remove these screws over here. That way I can basically just plug the mass airflow sensor in and not have to worry about taking these off while it's on the car and then putting them back on. So I'm gonna take these off, and then yeah, we'll actually install this thing. I won't show you guys that, that's pretty boring, but let's do that, guys, and then yeah, I'll start installing it. All right, guys, so we're gonna install the new air intake on the car. So before we do that, actually, just one more thing. We're gonna remove this bolt over here. So if you guys remember, I said that the new air intake is gonna connect to this bolt, so we just basically want to remove it first, and then we can install the air intake, and then reinstall this bolt here to hold it down. Again, this should be a T40, so I'm gonna remove that, guys, and I'll show you. So when taking off this bolt, I just want to say that if you guys are just using a normal Torx screwdriver, it's probably not gonna come out. It's pretty tight in there, so use like a ratchet or something, or if you guys have like an impact screwdriver, or drill, whatever it is, with the Torx bit, that'll probably help. But yeah, just the screwdriver is not going to be enough. I did loosen it, so I'm just gonna finish it off with the screwdriver, but yeah, guys, just a heads up. All right, guys, so let's finish installing the rest of it. So again, I'm gonna take off the rest of this over here, then I'm gonna install it over here using the clamp. I'm gonna plug back in the hose, and then I'm gonna plug back in the sensor. I'm gonna use the new screwdrivers that came with the new air intake. Again, guys, make sure you use the new screwdrivers, or the new screws rather, not the old ones. Yeah, let me show you that, guys. So the air intake is in. As you can see, I connected it over here. I'm not sure if this should go in more. It already went in a good amount, and honestly I couldn't get it in any more than that, but it is tight, so I think we're good. But if you guys know, like, definitely let me know. I don't know if it should go down to like where there's kind of like this groove over here, but regardless though, it is in and it is tight, so I think I'm good there. Over here I did put it in the bolt. I did tighten it. It doesn't sit as flush, but you know, it is there and it is tight, and if you guys can see, like, it is pretty solid. So yeah, also I did add the hose over here. It does clip in similar to the other one, and I did add the mass airflow sensor over here, guys. So yeah, I'll show you guys some like clips of what it sounds like. Let's do that right now. Alright guys, so as you heard, this sounds much better. It does bring out the sound of the turbo a lot, which is really cool. And it does sound tasteful. It doesn't sound obnoxious, which I really appreciate. But yeah guys, if you guys want to get this air intake for yourself, I will leave links down in the description below. There is a cheaper alternative one, which is just I believe it's plastic instead of aluminum over here. So if you guys want, you know, one that's a little cheaper, definitely check that out as well. But yeah guys, I think that pretty much wraps it up. This is a couple days later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. The air intake's on. It's been on for a little while now, and honestly I'm loving it. I'm gonna do a full review of the air intake later, guys. This video is just getting a little too long, so I'll do maybe some more like driving scenes, maybe some more revs so you guys can hear it. But if you guys do want to see a full review, I will be doing that soon, so definitely hit the subscribe button. Anyways guys, if you liked that video, if you found it entertaining, drop me a like. Also drop me a comment, let me know what you guys think about the air intake. And lastly, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, guys. I make videos like this pretty often, so definitely stick around. Hit the notification bell as well. It'll basically let you know exactly when I upload. But yeah, anyways guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.